Greetings and good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 6-Minute Daily. Woo, let's get started. Look at all these wonderful human beings here this morning. Good to see you. We got the grim dark out there with coffee. The Barry the Music Man's in the house. Hail, culture crew. Hail to all of you. Indeed. Who else is out there? We got more. Like Jill. Jill, the River Daughter's in the house. Good morning. Thank you for working hard on both platforms. We've got One Punch Man Tolkien fan. Good morning. And a few other folks like Juliet, all the way from across the pond, wrenching away from way across the sea. Somewhere beyond the sea. We got Frank out there. We got Bill in the house. What's up, Bill Bloom? Good to see you. Got a few other folks rolling through the door. Putin's out there giving you some advice. We got a few other folks like Snort. What's up, Snort? Favorite polar bar. Ms. Pick Cafe on the Green Machine. Welcome. For those of you on the Green Machine, like Weatherman, it's good to see you. Hope you're feeling okay. We've got Cat Slave, of course, and obviously Dr. Jill Powers working over there. Several folks, in fact, on the Green Machine this morning. Barry, the Music Man, it's always good to see you. Who else is out there in the world? We got a few other folks walking in. Project Cambrian is in the house. Wow. Let's see. We got a super sticker we'll get to here in just a second. Commander Ed Straker Shadow is here. Good morning. And the lovely Georgia Peach. Good morning, dear. Hope things are going well. We got a few other folks, of course. We've got, as I said, Cat Slave out there. And the incredible, the amazing, the long time suffering Captain Fandom Nerd, who's been here forever. Good to see you, Captain. Who else is out there in the world? Let's see. D. Bud Martin. Hey, what's going on? Go check out the Street Fighter video. Yeah, it was short. Kept it under 8 minutes. I think I'm a little fuzzy. What's going on there? Let's see if we can get culture and focus. What is happening right now? Or is that my glasses? Are my glasses dirty? Hang on. Is that me? I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, thank you, D-Bud. Who else is out there in the world? Let's see. I still feel like it's fuzzy. There we go. Came into focus. That's good. Who else is out there? We got a few other folks. Let's see. O.C. Dobbins, good morning to you, my friend, from the belly of the beast. And a few other folks as well. Let's take a look. First Dragon Queen, good morning, dear. I hope everything's going well. Thanks for being here. We got the beautiful Depot. And Low Spec Linux Gaming. How's it going, Jeff? Caveat ties, of course, and a very nice gifty from our friend Ruby Hoof, gifting a CultureCasino membership. Amazing. Thank you for your continued generosity, dear. You're amazing. Say hi to Hoof for me. We got Andy Masterson out there, who I saw over on Loki's stream this morning as I was getting ready for the day. And, of course, we got Randall Orser all the way from Canada. He's one of those Canadians. We've got Walter Tomaszewski in the house. Live Nation declared the April 2026 Monopoly verdict against them is not the last word. Wrong. Yeah, I think they're in big trouble. Hey, what's up, Scooter Pops in the house? Good to see you. And Texas 84. Oops, forgot the like. In fact, I think you all should hit the like button if you have not already. Hoot! Owl. Good morning. And let's see. Tender Warrior 68 is joining us. Greetings and happy Fantabulous Friday. That's the right way to say it. Well done. Howdy. What's up? The Grim Dark. Hey, Texas 84 gives 5 CultureCasino memberships out there. Thank you for that. I think I saw a super duper sticker. I did. From Barry the Music Man. And our good friend, the Batcap, has returned. Hoove says, hi, Culture and Culturians, for $2 super chat. Thank you. Amazing stuff. What else is happening? Shadow Seeker's out there. Shadow Seeker OG in the house. Theliato, morning. morning. All right, here we go, kids. Because 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whatever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in, so let's get our first story going. Paramount CEO David Ellison made a surprise visit to CinemaCon. That's right, yeah. He was on his way to a funeral, I believe a death in the family, which is why he's not in Congress today testifying, but a 45-day theatrical window at surprise CinemaCon appearance, saying that the Paramount lot is alive again, and we could not be more excited. And you know what? Good. We're going to start making films again, guys, and that'll be a good thing. At least I hope so. We've got a few other stories out there, like Warner Brothers winning feature rights to New York Times story on a mission to rescue the downed U.S. airmen in Iran that just happened. Sixth and Idaho are producing it, so yeah. Harrison Query's adapting the story into film. That's going to be kind of fun. Be fun to watch all that military aircraft. We got Top Gun 3 officially in the works, speaking of military aircraft, and Paramount confirms that the script is being written. At least that was one of their announcements at CinemaCon. Also, Street Fighter, the official trailer, is out there in the world. If you haven't seen today's video, which has this actual trailer featured in it, although not any footage from it, they show off the Pic's big swing at video game classic. Yeah, read 1990s retro. Lots of neon, lots of kitsch, lots of fun. Because that's what it looks like. Call of Duty movie gets ready, or mission ready, with summer 2028 release. At least that's what they say. We'll have to see. And moving forward from there, we've got Johnny Depp earning a huge CinemaCon applause as he debuts as Scrooge transformation, a Christmas Carol first footage, and I'm looking forward to this film already. I think this guy is back. What do you say? Steven Spielberg warns Hollywood must invest in original stories or movies will run out of gas. He debuted his eerie new Disclosure Day trailer, which everybody should go and see. I'm going to have to tell you, I am looking forward to this movie. We've got Beef Season 2, which a lot of people, especially critics, saying was unnecessary. They're saying an uncrowded and unfocused and unnecessary Season 2. That's not highly prized, is it? Doesn't sound like it's going to be any good. But hey, it's a critic, so do you trust them? Do you know? What do you think? QVC and Home Shopping Network owner files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, saying that TV channels have fallen out of favor and consumer habits have shifted, which means they have to restructure, which means, well, they got to figure out a way to sell you stuff more and more better. The why CBS remains bullish in the first run syndicated shows is because they make money, especially on streaming services. You can go back and watch a syndicated show. Sometimes the information and pop culture is relevant. Sometimes it's not, but it's free. Once you've made something once, you can run it again forever. And a lot of actual networks make a habit out of that. What do you think TV land is? It's rerun of syndicated shows. Yeah, invest once, run forever. Good plan. Henry Cavill unveils his Highlander reboot during the first thrilling footage at CinemaCon. I'm going to tell you right now, Amazon MGM is really, telling Hollywood they're investing in the future. Stad Stalski is the guy that's putting this movie together. All of it looks amazing. He had to take a little time off because of an injury on set, but I'm looking forward to it. Clavicular's PR rep quits working for him days after hospitalization for the fact that he overdosed on camera. No bueno. He barely survived from what I've heard. And the controversial looks-maxing influencer attended a club event after being hospitalized, which is, one of the reasons why the PR rep probably quit. Don't do this after you were, so close to death. No bueno. Speaking of no bueno, U.S. jobless claims fall last week as layoffs remain low despite global economic uncertainty unless you work in entertainment. And then, especially PR, you are expendable, at least according to Disney. Disney added to these ranks by 1,000 people. There are 2,000 leaving the BBC. Thankfully, that's not in the United States. ChatGPT maker OpenAI shifts its focus to business users and obviously the government amid anthropic pressure. This is something that I think we all saw coming because they need to maintain the appearance that they're a functional company. OpenAI is, well, losing money left and right. Whether they survive the next 3 years is going to depend on wider adoption. Finally, AP exclusive, Europe has maybe 6 weeks of jet fuel left. Wow. The Energy Agency is warned that, look, you may not be flying anymore. The Strait thing needs to be open, and we need to be buying fuel. We'll see. PepsiCo sales jump after it cuts prices. Well, surprise, surprise, surprise. If you cut prices, people can afford your sugary beverage. It's not exactly healthy for you, but it's cheaper. I wonder if it's still on food stamps. Anyway, I think nothing unhealthy should be on food stamps, but that's my opinion. What do you guys think? And finally, an interactive map shows, well, gas prices in California, but that's not what I want to show you. It's a bear story. That's right. Yeah, Tahoe area bear destroyed a car. This happens at least once or twice a year. Look at that. The bear just tore it up. It is a hot mess. Toast. Yeah, bears don't like getting stuck in a car. But, man. Oh, crazy. Woohoo! I'm telling you right now, the bear tore that up. This happens all the time in the Tahoe area. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, all right. We got through 6 minutes expediently this morning, and I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. Don't let a bear, don't let a bear tear up your car. Don't leave food in your car or snacks or anything that smells like it might be edible. Bear stories are aplenty, especially this time of year as they wake up and they're starving. Because despite the hyperphagia they have before they go to sleep, they are even hungrier when they wake up. So wash out. Wash out. Be bear aware and don't lose your face. You don't want to lose your face. Losing your face, bad. We got the first Dragon Queen dropping a $5 super duper chat saying installed some wetboard this morning. There you go. Now back to murdering me. LOL. Hugs for all. Hey, wetboard. Huh. All right. Is that referring to green board or waterproof drywall? So you can like work on a shower or a bath area. I put any place there's going to be wet anything. I put up green board, and then I usually coat it with a latex surface, a red latex surface, and then I apply my tile and other stuff. Yeah. And Barry the Music Man, I knew I saw this out there. Sent a red hand pointing up super sticker. That's right. And do me a small favor, everybody. Double check you're subscribed to the channel. Be sure to click the thumbs up button, and make all the comments you want. If you're watching on a replay, remember to put the comment down below. A hashtag replay game. If you're watching later today or in the future, maybe you want to go back and relive this day in history. This is Friday. April. Is it April or no? Is it April? Yeah, it is. April 17th. Yeah, taxes were 2 days ago. Goodness. Oh, look at all these great people out there. We are so blessed. So blessed. There's Sonder Hammerschlag. Good to see you, my friend. And Crazy White Boy over there on the green machine. Staccato DDS in the house. So is Penny. 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 Penny, 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 penny. Penny, 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 penny. Hello. Dengar Renegades in the house today. And many more. So many great people. Daniel Alpine's in the house. A little disappointed that Disney's Hexed won't be 2.5D as I hoped it would be. Hopefully the next original film will either be that or fully 2D. Fingers crossed. Well, they're trying. They are. They're also pursuing their own distribution system. They don't want to be so pigeonholed with PLFs being all IMAX. That was a really interesting story that came out yesterday. I haven't fully absorbed it nor the implications, but they're going to partner with Sony on that. We'll see what happens and what I'll report. And I may make a weekend video. You never know. We got my pal, my friend, my buddy, Follow the Bradley's Fun in the house. What's going on, Ron? You guys should check him and his channel out. He's fun, and so is his family. Knowles is in the house saying, had a young black bear rip up our chain link fence to get at our bird feeder. Yeah, they like sweet as well, which is like a solid that birds can pick at. Doesn't matter to them. If they can smell it, they'll eat it. It's weird. And you're something they can smell. So, yeah. Bear versus car, 1-0. Sonder, you are correct. Why are you ending now? Well, I did 6 minutes. And no, look, we have bonus time today. We're already 15 minutes deep into the show. So, but it's good to see Staccato DDS out there. I haven't seen you around, Staccato. Hope everything's going well, my friend. I know it's early mornings and you're a busy fella. I hope the practice is going well. I hope you're doing great. It's just good to see y'all. Look at all these great people. Crazy White Boys has been here, but missed yakking with y'all. Can't release any details, but this client I've been dealing with, I'm positive will be renamed St. God's Memorial Hospital sometime in the future. For heaven's sake. Anyway, the amazing, the incomparable, the very wonderful, and very generous. Thank you once again for my Christmas present. Stunt Brat. Good to see you, dear. Stunt Brat 777 Smith says, Culture, that was one bare naked car. Yeah, indeed. It's amazing what bears can do to cars in like 2 minutes. Just crazy stuff. Just wild. I love it. I love it a lot. Super D-Man in the house. Hey, 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 everybody. There you go. Oh, we got a giant gifty from one of our favorite Canadians. Can't say favorite because we got so many Canadians here. Randall Orser drops 20 gifties. That's right. There are 20 gifties coming. Look at all the names go green. Potato Tickler got a membership. The Republica got a membership. Look at all that stuff. Look at that. It's amazing. Thank you so much, Randall. I hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're doing well. Incoming. Okay. Anyway, I think I'm very excited from CinemaCon. I think we have some good things coming in the future, except from Disney. Disney's not learned their lesson, guys. They haven't. I think Doomsday is doomed, but we'll talk about that in a future video for other reasons, things I've heard. Plus, people saw some footage from things. A lot of people weren't fluffing it up. And the animated Wonka follow-up looks terrible. Not excited about that. Not. If Canada is America's hat, what does that make Mexico? Our cargo shorts? Or our tennis shoes? I don't know. Look, when it's not January or February, mostly January, I'm usually wearing cargo shorts. I think it'll be a little different when I get to Tennessee, but not by much because, like, I don't get cold like people do. So I like shorts. I get hot. So there's that. Yeah, Bill's correct. Bill Blum is out there saying Disney lost their way in the movies and then the parks. True. Cat Slave's like Disney or idiots. There you go. Corporeal Being, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Scooter Pops. That is a great emoji. By the way, I love your avatar as well. Very good stuff. Leif Erickson's back. Good morning to you. Good to see you. Good. Was camping in Washington, and a bear stole my sister's pillow. She likes to wear apricot perfume, so he dug her smell. Indeed. That's what I said. Be bear aware. Underwear thing? No. Honestly, cargo shorts. Mexico's amazing. Having been there a lot, especially in my youth. Yeah, Willy Wonka on Netflix will be for the modern audience. Yeah, it's gonna be garbagioed. Yeah. Dominique Lopez is in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for watching videos so much lately. For those of you leaving comments and watching everything, I appreciate you. I don't think you guys get notifications. Double check you're still subscribed. Double check you still have your bell icon turned on to all notifications so you don't miss anything. I'm dropping one video every weekday. So you should be seeing you should be seeing me a minimum of like 12 uh to 10 to 12 times a week minimum, especially if you see me on other people's channels. I don't know what's going on, but it's crazy. You got snow in Calgary? Goodness, Randall, really? I'll probably still be wearing shorts. I go up north to my cabin in the winter and I'm still wearing shorts. Hey, Ryan Croft is in the audience. Good to see you, Ryan. Thanks for being here today. Good morning, good morning. How are you doing? Well, I've been saying this for a while, but I'm real close to about 100%. The only thing now is getting away from the prescription meds that I'm forced to take. Honestly, I know that I'll do even better when I'm off of them. I don't, and I have the same problem all of you do, which is fuzzy brain, and I feel like as I am slowly like detoxing from all the seed oils and everything else that I used to use. By the way, that takes like 9 months to a year from the minute you stop doing it. I'm feeling better and better. Georgia Peach just looked up the animated Wonka. Yeah, it's bad. Wilton Wonka. There you go. We should have a Wilton Wonka. That's a great idea, Texas. We need to get that over to Steve. Steve doesn't build stuff. Why doesn't Steve build stuff? Multiplicity. Good film. Highly underrated. No. Cuddles Casino. Live streams are always pants optional. Yeah. I got to tell you, I almost streamed from the hospital because so many people were worried about me. So, but yeah, that was a weird week. Expensive week. Still trying to settle all that out. Oh my goodness. But I'll have great write-offs in next tax season. If there is tax season. Steve Bissent has been saying some interesting things about, stopping withholding, and it's very odd. I'm like, are they really seriously planning to cancel the IRS? It would be a great way to decrease the cost of the federal government, and of course, remove a lot of people from government unions. I think that's ultimately the plan: is get rid of government unions because all they do is support one party, and it's not the Republicans. Cat Slave's getting Rumble notifications a day after the stream. Well, that's not good. That is not good at all. Star Brad says, "Culture, I'm praying for you, and you look marvelous." Well, my hair is crazy. I woke up looking like an '80s rock star today. Went to bed. First of all, your grandma always told you don't go to bed with a wet head. I'm going to tell you right now, I've always done that. But the problem is I wake up and I look like a glam band rock star from the '80s. This is wild. And the beard does the same thing. Like, so I had to straighten all that out today. Crazy stuff. Yeah. The eye dags. I love dags. Love dags. Good stuff. And his hair was perfect. Seriously, if I take my hat off right now, it'll be embarrassing. It'd go poof. No, thank you, Stunt. For everybody that are worried about me, I'm good. I'm good. Wallace and Gromit. We need a Wallace and Gromit fame and a He-Man movie. I'm really worried about He-Man. I was so excited for this. It looked like I was like, "Oh, wow, I get it." I also understood why they were starting out on Earth. Um, the rumors were it was gonna be mostly Earth and only a little bit of Eternia, but that sounds like those were, erroneous at best or maliciously crafted, because it looks like just first act is gonna be on Earth. Second act is gonna be the girl power moments, and the third act is where he's supposed to come into his own. But by then, half the audience is already gonna be turned off. We'll see. Lots of great stunt work in it, can't wait for that. Again, I always wanted to be a stunt performer like Stunt Brat was. So jealous. Of course, I'm way too old to go back and change careers again. So, yeah, I'm certainly not partying like one these days. Not like an '80s rock star. No, no, no. I had a mischievous period just like everybody else. I did. Everybody does. Wahoo! Culture in London. Wahoo! Yeah. That's why tariffs are so important. They could eliminate the IRS. I agree. I think that was the plan the whole time. I think Trump's even indicated as much. I like the idea. We didn't need taxes before. What was it? It was 1914, 1918. I want to say it was because of the war. There was going to be a temporary tax, and it wasn't on everybody. We really didn't like taxes. Well, how did we go from not liking taxes to paying 40% or more of our income in taxes? And if you live in California or Washington, they want 70% of your income. Look out, kids. I look like Grizzly Adams. Exactly. Yeah. One of my heroes when I was a kid. Man, I love that show. Didn't last long enough. So much fun. We got a member chat in the chat. We got to say, celebrate, celebrate, dance to the music. That's right. Zen Wookie out there celebrating 3 months. If you have a celebration and you haven't used it as instead of a super chat, this is a free. If you're a member, you get a free super chat once a month, and it has more than a $2 super chat. It's like a $5 value. So do that. Do that. 3 months of membership says Depp should do Scrooge and Captain Jack Sparrow. I think so. I think you're going to get both. He looks fabulous as Scrooge. I think it's going to be incredible. Yeah. He is one of those magicians with makeup and hair, and he gets so deep into the roles that he just becomes that persona. I love that. Those are my favorite kinds of actors, is the people that do that. Do that. Those are the do's. Do them. Do them. Canadian Spider-Man says tax is theft indeed, especially in Canada. Holy cow, you guys. For what your country has done to your economy, they are following the same blueprint as most of Europe was. By the way, the change in leadership in Hungary, they didn't go less hard in the paint against all the EU garbage. They went more hard in the paint. The only person that's compromised or caved is Maloney, and I think she was pressured somehow. Either that or she was bribed into oblivion. I think somebody needs to look into her because, dang, she went from one thing to another. One thing, yeah, one thing leads to another. Read by nature in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, look, I know Deb's libtard. Look, a lot of people always ask me, can you separate the actor from uh, the performance? Yeah, in most cases I can. But it comes to somebody like Rachel Zegler or somebody that just spouts nonsense all the time. Depp doesn't spout nonsense, and he embarrassed those lawyers in court. That was so funny. Goodness. Amber Turd is a real problem, guys, and he may have solved it. But right now, I think it could be argued, and I think Benny Johnson did a video on this morning. I think it could be argued that the Me Too movement has come to Hollywood. Me Too / Time's Up. It hasn't come to Hollywood, excuse me. It's come to DC, Washington, DC. You see somebody like Swalwell, the Chinese spy lover guy. Well, he, Feng Feng? I think that's what's her name. Anyway, he pieced out. He's going to take Gallegos with him, and maybe some other people. I think Benny, I think, was interviewing George Santos, the former gay Democrat congressman. He was right next door to one of these bad faith people. Um, and why does Congress get a slush fund to pay off all of these people that they assault? You gotta ask yourself some of these questions sometimes. Good actors don't play themselves always. True story. Zen Wookie is always grateful, so am I, to Ms. Pick Cafe for pushing out the Subadupa chats, for pushing out everything. She keeps me honest. Yeah. Black Cat, Red ED says, ha, nice PJO. There you go. Da, 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 da. Hey, Disney went up to $102. Well, they had a lot to say at CinemaCon yesterday. And again, that's anytime they speak in public, it's only to try to elevate the stock price. So we'll see. But you have to remember, they were down under 98. I feel like they find a way to get stuck in neutral or reverse too often for me to ever put money into them. But again, I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm not going to do that. That is not my profession. And even if it were, you'd be a fool to listen to anybody on YouTube. You'd be a fool to listen to Mad Money Guy. Man, the reverse Kramer is hysterically funny. Meanwhile, says Mike, they tried to pass legislation to disclose expenditures from the congressional fund to pay off those things. That failed, of course. Yeah. They don't want their malfeasance to be exposed, but they don't mind exposing themselves to others. Zenwookie says, would like to hear Culture pronounce He-Man. Why? Oh, you guys always say, I say Spider-Man wrong. No. It's fine. I can pronounce it like I say Spider-Man. He-Man. That doesn't sound right. I think the hyphen made it easier for me to process in my brain. He-Man. Plus, I always heard it that way. Like when it was sung. I was very musical. I used to be very, very musical. Spider Guy. There you go. Spider Pig does whatever a Spider Pig does. I wish I had WDW Pro's gift of impersonation. Jonas does a fair job as well. Barry the music man's trying to help me out here. Spider Man. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Okay, there. Are you guys happy? I mispronounce words all the time. You guys are on my case. Nobody likes the way I say certain things. It's okay. It makes me me. He-Man. That's right. If you say it my way, it's Hyman. Matzo balls in the house. Super fun. Culture, my guy. Great. The memes all day. I got stuff to laugh at all day. Between Putin's cat, matzo balls, and a few other folks, you guys keep me well entertained. So thank you. Spider-Man. ACC 75. Jeff Elms in the house says, I like the way you say root. Yeah. Well, it's probably that Missouri heritage. Probably. You have to remember the way my family was divided up. We had the blue collar folks, the farmers, and all that. on one side, and then we have my mom's side. So they were lawyers and engineers and doctors, and very well educated. Matzo Ball says, happy to make you laugh. That spreads my joy, buddy. You bet. No, man, everybody needs their joy bucket refilled as often as possible, which is why I always tell people, go to one of these meetup events, even if you have to make it yourself. Like, there's a super secret meetup event coming up here pretty quick just for creators primarily. I'm very excited about that. I'm already in the planning mode, trying to figure out hotels. I'm going to be driving to it, so I'll be you get some on the road coverage. On the road again. Going to be looking at real estate while I'm doing that. Going to be making my way out to Southern Carolina. Might get to see Mikey. May stay in a resort. We'll see. We will see. Texas is like my mom's side, or ranchers from Missouri. Yep. Look, it's so funny because it's like, if you think about it, like in Missouri, one side of the family was surgeons and lawyers and that and that would have been like the Springfield area, and then my farming roots were from the Chillicothe area of Missouri. To talk about two very different places. Bookstore Thor. Oh my gosh, this is one of the most talented writers. My goodness, man, you're making great stuff. Thanks for giving me a material to work with every day. You're even sending me money. What is you crazy, brother? For $2 says thanks for the walls while I bail out of my basement. Dude, you've been working so hard. Man, good stuff though. Good stuff though. Keep writing, man. Keep writing. I appreciate it so much. Don't forget Mike's chips. I got something special for Mike. Mike's going to be the first recipient of something I have been working on for almost a year now. So, very excited about that. Terry Rose in the house. He's been here for a long, long time. Good to see you, Terry. Terry Rose, investor now. And Weatherman, I hope you feel better, brother. We all love you. We all love you. Thank you for the $2 super chat again, Bookstore Thor. We got some real talent writing. Let me tell you. I can't believe they let me write for that park place. You guys have not noticed I've been putting out articles now pretty regular. So I'm partial to grape jelly. Man, if it's an open sausage biscuit, yeah, I think I'd probably go with grape jelly. I can't eat strawberry jelly. I'm allergic to strawberries. So, yeah, jelly or jam. Again, I'm partial more to the jelly because I like the little bit of sweeter. But I don't eat a lot of sweets, so I always went with grape jelly on my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So there's that. Wait, at the Redneck Barbecue Labs competition, folk that opened a shop in a strip center at North Carolina's 210 and I-40? Really? Huh. It's the jelly that binds us. There we go. Scooters Pops in the house. Like I said before, we got a few folks popping in. And cheddar. That's right. I love cheese. Partial to pepper jack. But look, I mean, we make our own cheese around here also. We'll get some store-bought cheese, but we make our own cheese around here. So. Let's see. Cat Sleep says, I drown my biscuits with butter. That's good. Is it homemade butter? I'm going to show you all how to do this stuff. That's what the garden channel is for. That garden place. If you're not subscribed, check it out. It's good stuff. Yeah. Strawberry I loved as a kid, and then all of a sudden realized it would likely kill me if I kept eating it. So there's that. Yeah. Oh, sausage gravy and jelly? I'd never done that. Might try that. Mm. Oh, so everything's fresh. Everything's fresh and from scratch, Bill. That sounds so good. Now I'm jealous. I'm definitely gonna pass through there, especially on the way to, South Carolina. So oh, wow, you can hear the Southern come out when I say that. Ooh, pepper jack. Yeah, it's good stuff. Butter is easy. Even I've done it. Yeah, it really is. Get yourself some heavy whipping cream, and, you can really make some good butter. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna do it on the channel. I'll show you how easy it is. If you love cheese, the Seaman returns with a zinger. If you love cheese, Mando and Grogu is for you. No, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. Butter Slim biscuits are awesome. Well, I would say that I am very, indulgent when it comes to butter. So I like one of the recipes that I mastered early on because I love to cook. You guys don't know that about me. It's one of the things I don't really express very much. You're gonna see a lot of it on the garden channel. But, I make Cheddar Bay biscuits. As you hear, my stomach's now gonna growl the rest of the stream. I don't break my fast for another 3 or 4 hours yet, so, woo. But, yeah, we have a, 6-hour eating window around here now. 2 meals a day. Trying to drop some poundage. The hospital slowed me down. We'll get back to the twice-a-day gym routine as well. Is the garden channel on Rumble? Not yet. Ms. Pitt Cafe has offered to help. I just need to figure out how to add another channel under my name over there, and then it'll be like a separate channel in the channel. And then that way, when I live stream, I can actually route it through there because I would like to do live streams over on that garden place, but I have to get over 1,000 subscribers before I can really make that be viable. Technically, I could monetize at this point, but not really because I don't have enough hours of viewership. So we'll be dropping a new episode Saturday afternoon or evening of at that garden place. I'm way behind on recipes. I got 4 recipes that are just needing editing, which is why I told Loki, "Let me know what you would charge me to edit," because I'm kind of at the point now where it's just like time. Oh, I built another potato bed, a raised, elevated potato bed, that I'm gonna plant soon. Um, and we're gonna talk about the difference in potatoes. Definitely, I wanna give you guys more of a lesson on purple potatoes, but believe it or not, much like tomatoes, there are, determinate and indeterminate potatoes, believe it or not. They come from the same family, so it makes sense. In fact, you can use potatoes as rootstock for your tomatoes, believe it or not. The plants you can combine into one powerful plant. In fact, you can take the top of a shoot from a potato that's now giving you leaves above ground, and you can splice it with a tomato that you've recently maybe pruned off your tomato plants, and it works. It works. It's very strange. I mean, you're like, what's happening right now? Nothing. They just come from the same family. Just like well, all brassicas come from the same family, which is why you guys don't realize, but brassicas are very shade tolerant. So there are heat loving, full sun kinds of veg, like tomatoes, and then you have entirely different um, things like brassicas that are very shade tolerant. So yeah, I had a client who was Swedish. He called IKEA the Swedish Walmart. It is kind of, except that man, their meatballs are good, good gravy. Remind me of grandma's. Yeah, Mando cheese sounds like some smelly Italian cheese. Yep. But the look, if you're gonna ever do that experiment with potatoes and tomatoes, um, use a determinate um, tomato because then you're not aggressively pruning it, except when you're getting flower sets. When you start getting flower sets, you want to prune so that the energy goes into the fruit rather than the green growth. You never want to take off all your leaves, of course, because you need sun leaves to photosynthesize, et cetera, make the plant process work. But um, determinates are really a seasonal tomato, whereas I use a lot of indeterminate tomatoes because I will keep tomatoes for 5, 6, 7, as many years as they last. I have vining tomatoes right now that uh, I don't even know. Some of them are at least 5 years old at the moment, maybe 6. Hard to say. This went crazy. Check out your Rumble dashboard. I will. Oh wait, Jeff's telling me it's easy. Okay, so I'll figure it out. I'm not that wrecked. My brain took a nap, that's for sure. But Matzo Ball's like, oh, duty. The garden channel is a go for real. Yeah, it's already done. That's going to be great. I thought it was just like a pun, but what a genius idea. Well, look, I mean, I got permission from the big boss and created that garden place. I'm going to put it over on the green machine and we're going to put up the same stuff over there as well because a lot of people just refuse to deal with Google. Veggie knowledge. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, you guys get me started on that. This is one thing that Pro loves to make fun of, but you can get me talking about uh, growing stuff all the time. And look, a lot of people are interested in hugel culture. Of course, a practice, moved over from Germany and Austria and places like that. Um, we're going to talk about it because a lot of people who've done it, um, first of all, you've been fed a lot of myths about it. Second, there are only certain kinds of wood you really want to use if you're gonna do hugel culture, mound culture. It's a great form of permaculture for sure. Um, but you need to understand some very simple basics that a lot of people get wrong and then they fail and then they get mad. So you get red potatoes after grafting only if they were red to begin with. It doesn't change anything about the potatoes, doesn't change anything about the tomatoes. Again, they're in the same family, so you guys, citrus trees, you can graft them infinitely, it seems. Like I've got a trunk right now. I had to take out my Myers lemon tree. And the trunk is shooting up shoots all the time. Oh, the it got nuked with nematodes and I hired a bad arborist. I just admit to that. So like I'm just gonna combine like that trunk because it's still healthy. I'm gonna combine that trunk with multiple citrus trees, and by the time I leave here, that's gonna have like 4, 5, 6 fruits on it. That's the great thing about citrus trees is you could just take an existing trunk from as long as it's still healthy, and you can add on scions, which is what those are called. Rhizomes are below the ground roots, and that's rhizomes. Scions are the things you can graft into other plants. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can have a lemon lime tree. You can have a lemon lime And orange tree, you can have, almost any citrus tree will just whoop. So good stuff though. Yeah, just playing vinyl records on for background music. Yeah. Oh, text adventure streams. That's right. You do great stuff on what you do. It's good stuff. Uh Davina's in the house. Good to see you. And Barry's like, I was vegged out. You guys are making fun of me again. I'll say it your way. Fruit. Y'all put two O's in the fruit. There's a U and an I in there. It's not ooh. Fruit. I want to ride my bicycle. Love me some tomorrows. Italiano. Have them with my deli lunch meats. Put them in eggs with avocado or make tomato soup. I tell you what, um, tomatoes are incredibly useful. And if you companion plant, again, this is something we're going to go into on that garden place, but if you companion plant the right things, you're going to have even more delicious tomatoes. Your neighbors are going to be going, where did you get this? What is this? And I use a lot of heirloom. There's no doubt about it. I love heirloom tomatoes. I've got like five right now. I have five different varieties of heirlooms. Like I grow the traditional like big tomatoes and stuff like beef steaks and things, or better bush or something like that. But I also have like Indian reds. I have Amish paste potatoes out there. Um, I have a lot of stuff right now. My Amish potatoes are going bananas. They're not fruiting yet. That's on me. I haven't given them probably enough phosphorus, but um, they're just green. And they're lush. I cannot wait for when they fruit, they're gonna go crazy. And again, tomatoes are very sun tolerant. So, um, if you have a determinate species of tomatoes, you can use them to shade the things below them because you just, as you prune them upwards, uh, and then you get to a stage where you feel like they're going to fruit, and then they can shade everything under it that is less tolerant of the sun, which will include um, like you said, your lettuces, cabbages, things like that, your broccoli toes, and your you know, and your the white brain guys, all those things out there. Um, you can plant them in full sun. You just plant them under something that shades. So it's a different conversation though. Oh man, I loved Half Life and System Shock, man. Texas 84 says, "What is the best baking potato?" Um, don't say sweet bleh. No, no, no. Every here's a problem. Back in the day, before they were overgrown, the Burbank or otherwise referred to as russet, um, were probably the best because of their size. They're massive. Nutritionally, though, they are lacking these days. They're terribly overfarmed from really dead soil with artificial inputs. Um, I'd say Yukon Golds probably are your best bet for nutritional value, especially if you grow them yourself. Yukon Golds are determinate potatoes, excuse me, determinate potatoes. Um, so they grow on one plane, one growing plane. Um, Even if you mound them, which you need to, no matter what, always top up your garden. First of all, you'll keep your soil composition and your structure intact if you top it up using a soil mixture that you create, which I'm going to show you how to do. But always top them up as they get higher and higher because their stalk, their shoot, um, will continue to develop. Again, they're a relative of the tomato, but I'd say Yukon Golds are usually the best nowadays. They're maybe not quite as big as a russet, but man, russets just suck these days. I might grow some russets, so I grow my own seed stock and try to bring them back to life, but so over farmed now. And that's because they were so tolerant. They could grow in like ridiculous conditions, which is why they solved the issue in Ireland at one point. But yeah, anyway. Hey, good to see everybody in the chat here. Thanks for supporting Culture Casino. Thank you, Canadian Spiderman. Much appreciated. Don't ogle me, old man. Okay. Ever grow taters in a bucket of cow dung? You can. I would use aged manure. I would use crumbly aged manure. Um, but no, I look. I want to mix in. I want to put good dirt. You want to have good dirt, compost. You want to use like for example, one of the few inputs that I buy anymore at the store is black cow. That's an aged manure. I'm going to teach you how to make a biochar the right way, and you don't have to actually do the pyrosis yourself to create it. I'll show you how to get the same benefits um, by picking up you can pick up a bag of hardwood charcoal, which has had nothing added to it at any of your stores, whether it be the hardware store or even a Walmart sells it. But you really need to use hardwood. You can't use softwood for good biochar. So, and once you have a good layer of biochar in your system, you can have a nice replenishment system in your soil that self replenishes forever. Because that's really what terra preta is. Um, and it's easy to keep the moisture in your beds consistent. It's really interesting. Anyway, I'm boring many of you out of your mind. Hey, Mr. DeMark, good to see you. Yeah, virtually all oranges and grapefruits are grafts on a lemon base. Yeah, lemons are some of the best bases. Mostly they don't suffer a lot from nematodes as much as others, but lemon bases are a good place to start. It's also a good place to get another lemon tree. Uh, Anything that was started from a good base can be rooted. I'm gonna try and say it you guys' way. In a bucket, you get it started there. You've seen that method where they cut down just a little bit into one of the shoots, one of the limbs, whatever you want to call it. You get rid of the outside bark, and you get through the first layer of skin there, and then you cover it in a soil mixture, like in a plastic bottle or something, and it'll root there. And then once you get it started, you cut that limb off that's got the roots on it, and then you plant it in a bucket. And you'll get a tree that'll think it's 3 or 4 years old, so it'll start fruiting right away. So in one season, you could have your fruit trees heavy in a bucket. Like you could container garden citrus, which is insane. So hey, Fletcher's in the house. Good to see you guys. Holy cow, Fletcher. I never get to see you anymore. What's up, buddy? Nightshade family. There you go. Yeah. Um, I'm telling you, there's so many plants out there that'll take full sun. But then again, there's a lot of plants out there with proper companion planting, you can get enormous yields in small spaces. We're going to talk about that on that channel for sure. I'm gonna show you how to do vertical gardening even in soil. Um, Believe it or not, that's more than possible. You can do incredible stuff. And I'm headed over to Kick at some point where I've tried to do that. I got to get with Morgan. Morgan King's going to work with me on getting the Kick thing done. I keep running into a problem. So I don't think I'll ever go back to Twitch. I had subscribers over there. I was enjoying Twitch, but I'm not as much of a gaming. Maybe it's a tuba. It is a tuber. That's what potatoes are. It's not a tuba. Yeah, I was on Odyssey for years, and then they stopped with the automatic um, upload thing, and I just was like, it's too much effort. It pays off on Rumble, but I don't know that it pays off anywhere else. Texas 84 says, "Yep, Black Cow. Yep, it's good stuff." Oh, I love hydroponics. Don't get me started. I had an entire hydroponics greenhouse, which is in the process of being converted right now as we speak. You guys will get to see it because I'm going to move all my hot peppers into that because it gets great sun. It gets 8, 10, 12 hours of sun, and peppers are one of those that they love sun and they grow just like tomatoes. You can vine the hell out of them. They work great. Ooh, I said a bad word. I said a swear on my channel. Somebody clipped that. So have a lemon head culture. I love lemon heads. TC Burns, we get a 6-minute nap. It's toxic man flu's fault. There you go. Actually, a text message with Tox this morning. So, oh boy, you know what? I did not set a redirect. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go see if we can remedy that. Remedy. Oh, by the way, I'm going to remind you to do something. If you ever see the hype button on any of my videos, please hype it. Please. I think you get to do that like a few times a day or a few times a week or a few times a month. Please take advantage of it as much as you can on my channel. It really helps. It really, really helps. Um, is that Park Place live? Oh yeah, it's going to be Jonas and Marv this morning. That's right. That Park Place live coming up here shortly. But yeah, I'm going to be outside most of the day. That Park Place. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 da, da, da. And we have redirect. I got to get that Park Place and Pro and everybody else over on the green machine. So, dude, bro, what's up? Dude, bro, Seth in the house. We have 6 fruit trees, still young. You can't harvest fruit for the first 3 years. I know. And yet, if you've tricked it into thinking it's older than it is, you can. It works. It's crazy. I love the garden talk, says Andy W. Says, we have 5.5 acres in Oregon. I'm coming to your house, and it's great soil. My husband has a nice garden. We also have several fruit trees. Yeah, perfect climate, perfect soil. I have family still in Oregon, still farming in Oregon. Um, I have a lot of family growing a lot of things, lots of grapevines. Goodness gracious, we have a lot of vintners in my family. Multiple vineyards. I think three vineyards in one very sought after location right now. So yeah, you can grow some really good grapes. Just got another message. Hang on, kids. Da, 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 da. All right. I can now see, so I can actually read my phone. I'd like turn down the size of the text on my phone. That's how good these glasses are, guys. Don't go all fruity, says Barry the music. Okay. Oh man, Oregon is some of the best soil. My great my great uncle, my grandpa's one of my grandpa's brothers, kept that farm in the family, so it's amazing stuff. But you can grow great grapes if you got the right slope. Whew. Oregon just it was so rich. You'd smell dirt smelled good. That's special earthy smell. So you can tell by the smell of soil whether it's alive or dead. It's really weird. Weed man casino. Uh TZ's like we have a greenhouse too. That's awesome. Yeah. like by the time we leave here, first of all, you guys are going to see me in real time build a greenhouse on that garden place. I'm probably going to take the better part of 2 or 3 weeks doing it. I want to make it pretty. It's going to be pretty. It's not going to be a typical metal pole structure. I'm going to put it up and kind of like I did the one that's right behind me. If in fact, pretty soon this green screen will come down, and then there'll be a temporary one when I need to use it. But once there's a giant picture window behind me, and it looks out into the greenhouse. So literally, you're gonna be able to see all the stuff that's going on like in real time when I'm doing live streams where I move the green screen. So it's gonna be cool. So one of the reasons that I built this room the way it is, again, this is a 14 by 14 by 14 room. It's 14 feet tall in here. Um, One of the reasons I did that is so I could look out into the greenhouse while I was reading or whatever, because this entire wall is a bookshelf. This was the library. We were going to build out another bookshelf on this side as well. So, but you know, best laid plans. And then I retired, and then you have to select where you put your money. So, it is what it is. Three hypes per week. Thank you, TZ Burton. I knew it was something like that. So if you guys could hype me, I would appreciate it. Always do hype. Yeah, believe it or not, I guess it appears like they've been testing it for a while, but I make sure that it's turned on. So if you're not seeing it, something's going on. I don't know what it is. Okay, you can only hype 3 times a week. Well, please do it on me and that garden place. I would really appreciate that. Soil versus dirt. That's right. Alive versus dead is what corporeal being says, and that's true. Black Cat Red Ed says, I've always had better success with hot peppers in pots versus in the ground. Not sure why. Well, nutrient density, probably. I love container gardening when it comes to peppers specifically, so I can move them around. That portability adds lots of ability, I would say. But once I get them vined and trellised, and especially if they start to grow over the head, like a lot of my trellising, like is I go up, it goes up 6 8 feet, and then it crawls on. I use 1/2 inch conduit actually to hold the overhead stuff because I can just mount the conduit to the um, oh goodness, what is the word just left to the overhead structure that supports the roof of the greenhouse, um, and I can just screw them on there, and then I just keep vining. So they'll vine all 8, 12, 10, whatever the width of the greenhouse is. And again, that creates shade underneath for starting other plants or growing other plants. Another reason for greenhouses is to get things started. So controlled conditions. So, but containers are great for peppers, and it doesn't matter if they're hot peppers or sweet peppers or bell peppers or anything. By the way, don't first of all, peppers cross pollinate. You do not want your bell peppers to taste like jalapenos, so keep them away from each other. Okay, just so you know. Uh, and like I'm ready to plant for some really good viney things, like all the beans and peas. We ran out of season for them, so all that's going to get non-carpia parthic kooks, so pickling cucumbers and stuff. And I'm just going to vine them. That whole the east side of the house. That's east, right? Yeah, the whole east side of the house is going to get a shade structure in the next couple weeks. I'm going to show you how to do something like that for 2 reasons. One, I need to cover over the berry bushes. I need to add a little bit of shade for the potatoes, but I also have these trellises covering the windows where all my climby crops grow in various stages throughout the year. And if I get shade over it, I'll get a better yield. It doesn't restrict pollinators, but it keeps the birds from eating my berries. I used to have an amazing apricot tree over here, but the birds always got to the apricots before I did. It was such irritating. So, hey, dude, what's up? TZ Burton wants to move where there's micronuclear power plants. Well, they've been in development for a long time. The military just moved one on three C-130s, and they are going to like start putting them in remote bases and stuff like that that don't have grids. That'll cut down on fuel use, and it'll be a better environment. And they can save the fuel for the vehicles and the planes and such. So there's that. Yeah. We can basically put up a military base and power it within hours now. It's very cool stuff. When the pepper started getting eaten by the insects or vermin, he knew that he needed more powerful seeds. There you go. Actually, you can correct a lot of faults that a lot of bad gardening techniques have put in our way with high quality soil. Hey, Siege Perilous is in the house. Good to see you. Hail in general, also. Hey. It's taking the dirt nap, selling the soil. No, but I don't want to get to that point. I only want you only get to do that once. But yeah. My dad was a gardener. Half the backyard was a garden. He grew many different things. Yeah. He made strawberry rhubarb barb wine from what he grew himself. Yeah. Pomegranate wine's my favorite. You can make that. You can dump you can dump enough sugars into that that you can make it into a port, a dessert wine. Pomegranate dessert wine is ridiculous. I create a lot of ice fine, um, apple cider. I've done a lot of different types of wines. Blackberry. Speaking of blackberries, that's another reason to get that shade structure in place because the birds are going to just pick the. I got hundreds of blackberries going to be coming in this year. Whoa, the Missoula flood stripped the topsoil from much of eastern Washington. I didn't know that. And the backflow into the Willamette Valley deposited up to 60 inches deep. Yeah, there you go. Soffit. Thank you, Terry Rose. Rafters, that also would have worked. Sounds like your jalapenos are spicy. They are. Very, very. We have red chili peppers in one hydroponics. Yeah, they work really well. One okay, so um a few words of caution. When you dive into hydroponics, avoid things with complex and dense root systems. If especially if you have an ebb and flow system or a full flow system, because and we'll talk about this in depth over on that garden place, but they will fill the cavity with roots and block the water. You can overflow your system with something like an eggplant. It just it's a sponge. And again, you want root growth and you want the roots to intertwine with other roots from other plants. It creates a network kind of like a mycelium network that you create in soil if you're doing it right. A mycelium. Again, the fungus networks that are built underground in real good soil are very healthy for all your plants. Most people don't know that. But you can definitely do peppers in hydroponics. They do very well. So do tomatoes. Believe it or not, tomatoes are rumored to not like wet legs. Uh huh. They rock in a hydroponic system. Even in a barrel. Let's say you did a barrel ponic system where you just had one primary water container. You can trellis that tomato out forever for miles and miles. Especially again, indeterminate tomatoes are your friends. They vine everywhere. They can vine for years. They can vine. They can stick around. They can provide a shade structure. You can bake your own tomato trees. So yeah. And you can have them actually shed your soil garden. That's how wild it is. So Cuban Superman in the house. Good to see you, friend. saying, "Good morning, culture. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you." Muqtadir Ali's in the house. Hey, morning to you. Morning. Oh, it took 6 C-130s to move my unit. Really? Up and running in 24 hours anywhere in the world. Yep. Yep. Especially, again, with these portable nukes. I'm just saying. Oh, here we go. Cross poly. Okay. Serrano next to jalapeno will make some awesomely hot jalapenos. Yeah, I do that all the time. Serranos are great. Anaheims are great. Jalapeno. Uh, man, you put those three next to each other, and then you add like soil contributors and pollinators underneath. Yep, and they trellis well. All of those trellis well. So like right now, I the reason everything has to move, especially the hot peppers, is because they're too tall, and I need to and they need to start trellising overhead. So yeah, I'm weird. Unless you're Lazarus, that's true. Yeah, no water, no meltdown. Plus, they probably have a rod drop system. That's the way they like meltdowns are a thing of the past because they changed the engineering behind the nuke plants so they can literally drop the rods if they ever get close. So even in a traditional, let's say something like 3 Mile Island isn't going to happen because the engineering changed. The Japanese needed to change their engineering earlier. But Germany bailed out of like 6, 7, 8 really high quality nuclear plants for no reason. At the same time, they phased out oil. What are you going to do exactly? Where's your power going to come from? And that's why they went from being one of the number one world's providers, manufacturers of everything, to falling behind in the EU. That and they took on burdensome countries that had elderly populations like Greece. Bad plan. 60 feet deep? Good gravy. Anyway, I know you guys didn't come here for gardening, but it's easy to get me talking about gardening. Sean Carter in the house. What's going on? There's Sean Carter. Look at the puppers. Look at the puppers. Windmills. Yep. Yep. Well, here's the problem. Windmills are not a zero input like solution. Ask anybody who has had one. Even a personal off grid setup with a windmill is not maintenance free and not without its problems. Let me tell you. I mean, you have to install a collapsing tower or a collapsible tower, from a base pivot point, and then you have to secure it when you're using it. Because if you get into a hurricane or other similar wind situation, you got to take them down. They'll tear themselves apart or collapse or where you don't want them to. Windmills can be a problem. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Oh yeah, and modern windmills like the stuff that went up in Texas or in the offshore builds, they always end up in landfills, or they're going to pollute the bottom of the ocean. Those two things. And look, they're made of materials that are not reusable and not easily biodegradable. So where are you going to put all this garbage? And again, they're not zero input. They require work, maintenance, and oil. People are like, well, you can cool them with mineral oil. No, you can't. Not well. You can't lubricate them with it. It doesn't work well. Think about all that fiberglass. It's just going to be there forever. And they're not pretty to look at. They kill birds. You want to tell me you're for the environment, but you put up these giant, ugly things that kill birds. Good plan. They ironically use a lot of oil. Yeah, they do. Yeah, ask anybody who's worked in one. Good gravy. You realize that there are jobs out there that pay six figures just for to be a maintenance engineer, which means every day you're climbing, every single day you are climbing into one of those things. You're lucky if it has an elevator setup, elevator platform. But sometimes, I mean, it takes like 10 minutes to get to the top of that. And then you have to, you know, attach your harness, make sure your harness is in good shape. Attach your harness in 2 or 3 different spots, so if you fall, you don't die. Not to mention the fact you have to turn the brake on so that the thing doesn't run. While you're doing maintenance on it, you can't have your stupid windmill running. It's crazy. Yeah, you gotta have diesel. Look, you gotta have there you have to have traditional f you know, petroleum-based energy available. You have to. The only way not to do that is to have nuclear. That's it. There is wave capture now that's actually fairly efficient. Um, that's a conversation we can have. Um, I don't mind having that conversation. So, but yeah, I'm looking into all these alternates for power because, like Jeff and many other of my friends, you know, when I relocate, I'm gonna go as off grid as I possibly can between water and electricity. The only on grid thing I want is internet. And even then, I may just switch to Starlink. We'll see. Drill, baby, drill. That's what's happening now. We are a net energy exporter at the moment. For anybody who's not paying attention, between the oil we're pulling up out of Venezuela, with all infrastructure we put in place in Venezuela in the first place, we have a deal with them and their current government. They didn't honor the first deal. They brought in Maduro. He took away all of the infrastructure that was built up by our people. Crazy stuff. Here's the problem: when you dam things, you change a lot of things downstream. Um, and then eventually, I mean, if you aren't properly maintaining the environment, you run out of water. Look at what's happened to Lake Mead. The water just disappeared, and the past came back. Hoo hoo hoo. Hmm. Hey, our friend Archer Merchant's here for $2 in Culture Casino cash, saying a little something from a DC business trip. Thank you, friend. Oh, I hope you're having fun. Um, I you know, I loved Virginia. I would never go there to live. Never. Yeah, Starlink doesn't perform well if it's cloudy. Well, I would be using an array, so it wouldn't just be one receptive reception plate. So I've done fixed wireless internet a few times, um, both with panel receivers and with Yagi antennas. And that's one of the ways to actually, if you're going to have a large homestead, you can get internet across your entire property. Um, and I like some of the nested communication systems we've talked about here before. You know, mesh networks and stuff like that. Um, I did a few infrastructure projects back in the day. when I was, I worked in the field, um, where, uh, we kind of utilize multiple technologies to succeed. So, and all the phones that I use have VoIP enabled on them. So if I'm anywhere where I don't have a phone signal, but I have an internet signal, might as well be a phone. Doesn't matter. So, in fact, I'm gonna get close to abandoning the idea of 5G because it is no bueno from what studies are showing now. So, yeah. Oh crud! I'm running into other people's shows, guys. We got to head over to that Park Place. I didn't even realize. So, on that note, be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. Thanks for being here and for being subscribed, and hit the like button. Go check out that garden place. If you haven't already, please do so and subscribe. As always, AO, AO. Get your AOs on.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.